Hello everybody, I'm going to be showing you how to make this pumpkin icebox cake today. It's delicious and super easy to make. You don't have to bake it, you can make it ahead of time. And we're going to get started. If you want to see how I make it, just keep watching. So let's get started with the crust for this pumpkin icebox cake. So first things, I'm going to be using just an aluminum foil pan. You can use any kind of pipe plate or big like brownie pan you want, but this is just convenient for the holidays. And I'm going to do this in two parts because I will make most of it tonight and then I will make the whipped cream the day of. So what you're going to need is 2 packages of some cinnamon flavored graham crackers. Now the chocolate ones would work great too. You're going to need 1 stick of butter melted. You're going to need 1 tablespoon of light or dark brown sugar. And you're going to need a half a teaspoon of some salt. So the first thing you're going to want to do is use your food processor or just, put them in a baggie in your rolling pin and get the graham crackers broke up. So I'm just using this very little KitchenAid mixer. Hopefully I can get all this to fit. We'll have to wait and see. Might have to do it in batches. So I'm just going to take the lid off and add my cinnamon graham crackers, just kind of breaking them to get them in there. That's the oven preheating. You need to preheat your oven for 375 degrees. This little sucker is going to be loud. Alright, that's about all I'm going to fit in there this batch. So let me get the lid on and pulse it. Okay, love that little machine, it's so handy. Let's add some more to it. I'm going to do half a package and then the other half. Alright. And now I'm going to actually pour my butter into a measuring cup because it will just make things so much easier. I'm going to actually add half teaspoon of butter because, or brown sugar because I am breaking this up. So just half. There we go. Pack it in there. And then the salt. And we're going to do half on that too. If you're doing it in 2 batches. If you're using your regular food processor, you don't have to do this. But this is just going to make sure everything's mixed well. I'm going to turn that back on. And I'm going to add about half of the butter mix right to it. Getting close. A little bit more. Right? Okay, and now I'm just going to take what's in here and dump it into my aluminum pan and do the next batch. You're going to want to preheat your oven to 325 degrees. We're going to do the next batch now. Graham crackers in. Lid on, and here we go. like to add in the butter. Actually, let's add the rest of brown sugar. The salt. The butter. Lid on. Give it another zap. Now we're going to put it in the pan and press it all together. We're going to press it on the bottom and up the sides. Make sure you have clean hands. Be sure to clean up as you go. And all we're going to do is mix those together since it was, done in 2 parts. And then I'm going to press it into the bottom. Just like so. Just like you're doing a cheesecake. Press it in. Keep pressing. Alright. And bring it kind of up on the sides. Just put your hand in. Get it as even as you can. Just going to keep pressing until it's got a nice consistency. These are so good and so easy. That's why I'm making it ahead, and it will be in the refrigerator waiting on me to top it with whipped cream on Thanksgiving Day. It's a great make-ahead item. It's a great dessert to take with you if you're going to church anytime during the fall. And see how it's pushed in? Just keep working it with your hands until you get it all even, pressed up on the sides. Again, have your oven heating at 325 degrees. I'm going to wash my hands and then put it in the oven. You're going to want to bake this at 325 degrees for about 20 minutes until this is nice and golden brown. Okay, so the crust has cooked or baked and cooled. It doesn't matter if it's a little crackly, don't worry about it. Just make sure it's completely cooled and then set that aside and bring out a mixing bowl. You are going to need, let me kind of go through some of the stuff you're going to need. You're going to need 3 teaspoons of just some regular gelatin. This is unflavored. You're going to need a 29 ounce can of pumpkin puree. You're also going to need 4 ounces of cream cheese. I could have let mine sit out, smashed it out, and got it to room temperature. This is just half a package. You're also going to need 1 cup of brown sugar. Be light or dark. And you're also going to need some pumpkin pie spice. Just a teaspoon of that. You're going to need 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt. You're also going to need just some fresh nutmeg. And you're also going to need some heavy cream if you plan on making cream for the top. So you can always use a prepared cream too. It's whatever works for you. I'm not making this tonight. I'm going to put this in the refrigerator and let it chill real good for one night. So let me move on to what we need to do to make the filling. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is take 2 of the gelatin packets, and we're going to take out 3 teaspoons. So you're going to have to use 2 packets, not quite 2, but you'll have to use part of 2, the second one. There's 1. You're just going to pour it in. You're not even going to stir it. So we get 2 out of here. There's 2. And on to number 3. This is so simple, and it's a great alternative to pumpkin pie. It's easy. There's no baking involved, which is great. And there's 3. So we're just going to let that absorb into 1/4 cup of water for about 5 minutes. And now we're going to move on to mixing the pumpkin pie filling and the cream cheese. So let me just get a spatula and get that pumpkin pie out of there. I'm going to use a pretty heavy whisk just to get it all blended together. That beautiful pumpkin. Canned pumpkin is just fine. You don't always have to use fresh. Canned really is handy, I'm telling you. I don't feel like baking pumpkins for the filling. I just don't. Okay. And now I'm just going to squeeze that cream cheese right down in there. I'm not doubling up this recipe because this makes plenty. And you're just going to mix the cream cheese in with that pumpkin really well. You could use a wooden spoon if you have to. But if you have this is a nice heavy duty whisk, but if you have a flatter one too actually. But if you have one, use whatever you have. Just get it mixed up the best you can. And now we're going to head over to the stove. We're just going to set that aside. And we're going to head over to the stove, and we're also going to leave our gelatin sitting to the side too. Okay, so over here we have a small sauce pot. We're going to add our evaporated milk. Turn the heat up over medium. We're going to add the brown sugar, which is a cup. You can use, again, light or dark. I'm using light because that's what I have on hand. This is a bowl that's a ½ cup, so I had to do it twice. You're going to add your spices. I'm just going to stir it with the same spoon I used with the pumpkin. It's not going to matter. I'm not even wiping it off. Okay. I'm going to add about a teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. I believe Martha Stewart's recipe for this is just cinnamon, but I like the pumpkin pie spice better. In it goes. Next I'm going to take some whole nutmeg, my microplane, and just add it right to the pie. Just go back and forth. Get some of that fresh nutmeg in there. Nothing says fall like the smell of nutmeg. It's amazing. Alright. Gonna add just a little bit of salt, about 1/4 of a teaspoon. Mix it up really well. going to bring this to a simmer. Then we're going to add the gelatin. I did leave something out. I'm sorry. I do like a little bit of vanilla just in it. Just to give it an extra little boost. I just sprinkle some in. I'm still waiting on that to come to a boil. Or come to a simmer, really. Almost there. Okay, now I'm going to add the gelatin. I'm going to turn it down just a bit. Straight from the bowl. And just keep stirring. Just going to let it simmer for just a minute. Make sure all that gelatin is really absorbed in the evaporated milk, vanilla, pumpkin pie spice, fresh grated nutmeg, some brown sugar. I mean, it's heaven. I could go swimming in that right now. Okay, now we're going to turn it off and go right back over to the counter. So here is our pumpkin and cream cheese filling that we mixed up. And now we're just going to pour in the milk and the yummy brown sugar and vanilla. We're just going to mix that up really well. Easy to. I'm just going to use my whisk. Just mix it up very slow. But you just want to incorporate all that liquid into the pumpkin pie, into the pumpkin. You just want to mix that mixture of the milk and the brown sugar and the pumpkin spice mix and the vanilla right in with that pumpkin puree and the cream cheese. It's going to take a minute. Just go slow and mix it well. And once you can really use your whisk and get in there and really mix it up together. This is super easy. The kids could even help with this one. My kid probably would love to help, but he is in bed and I'm trying to get a few things done before Thanksgiving. So it's really mixed up now. You see how it's supposed to look, nice and thick. You can even taste it. It's delicious. And all you're going to do is pour that in over your graham cracker crust. So here we go. Okay. Right on over it. Spread it out evenly. And at this point, you can either chill it for 2 to 3 hours and then add your whipped cream, or you can cover it with plastic wrap and put the whipped cream on the day you're going to serve it, and this will last 2 to 3 days in the refrigerator. That's in fact what I'm doing. I'm going to cover it with some clear wrap, and I'm going to put it in my refrigerator, let it set, and on Thanksgiving Day I will make the whipped cream and put it on. Okay, so I'm finishing up the pumpkin icebox cake, and I was going to make fresh whipped cream, but it's Thanksgiving and I'm just using Cool Whip. We're just going to finish it off. Add the Cool Whip. I'm going to leave some of the pumpkin showing, just to let everybody know what it is. I'm going to use a whole container of Cool Whip though. Super easy to finish up. I'm going to add a big dollop right in the middle. And add the rest. It can go on the dessert counter. Super fast and easy, and this required no baking. You can check out more on my blog at kjaggers.com. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more videos. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys really soon. Bye-bye.